Hello, everyone. This is Tri-Takes Area. It is our first football episode. We haven't really talked about football at all.
And it's our first actual in-person episode, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. We did do the draft. We haven't gotten that out yet, just because of logistics, and we're all busy people, even though it probably doesn't look like it. But no, we got a lot of stuff on our plate, so we're gonna put that draft out soon. Talk about our fantasy teams. We can talk about our week 1 performances. Sam, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great about this week. I won in fantasy, put up the most points in our whole league, so I'm feeling really good about that.
Actually, sorry to interrupt. We got 2 winners at this table. Me and this guy are winners.
Luke, not so much.
Luke, how you feeling?
My team is really good, but they just had an absolute stinky performance. 2 of my picks are on something that we were going to talk about later.
I think it had more to do with the fact that you had to play Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, and the Bills defense.
That Bills game was pretty unbelievable.
I mean, or the fact that
70-something points are against you.
That I had the Saints defense, CeeDee Lamb, Darnell Mooney, Kyle Pitts, Derrick Henry.
This dude tried to trade me CeeDee Lamb who? CeeDee Lamb and Chase Edmonds?
Ramondre, I think.
Oh, so it was CeeDee Lamb and Ramondre for A.J. Brown.
Yeah, I tried to fleece him.
We'll get into A.J. Brown's performance later. We got a packed schedule today. We're going to go over all of the game 1. We're week 1 roundup. Going to do 30 seconds per game. Just give you our quick thoughts. We all watched Red Zone this past weekend, so we pretty much watched every game. Yeah. I don't think there's a game we missed.
And before we dive into that, we have some trivia tradition.
Oh, we do. Let's do our trivia, and I'll go over the rest of the schedule. So.
All right. So, my first question is: who won MVP in 1986?
What league?
In the NFL.
Oh,
okay.
Well.
And so, here's the big hint: the last defensive player to ever win MVP.
Oh shit, Lawrence Taylor.
I was literally about to say that.
Let's go.
Dan got it.
Yeah,
of course you picked that. You're a Giants.
Dan, I think you're at 3 or 4.
I think I'm at 3. I have it written down somewhere, but I think I'm at 3.
Do you have any?
I have
yet?
2.
You have 2.
I have 2 fucking points.
I have 3 too. You have 7.
I just have so many that I forget about my competition. This one.
I hate you, bro.
This one's going to piss you guys off, so that's why I chose it.
So it's probably about the Giants.
Yeah.
Who was taken 4 picks after N'Keal Harry?
DK Metcalf.
Oh,
no, he was
Debo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dan has 4.
Let's go.
Do you really want to celebrate that one?
So I'm gonna celebrate that one just because I have Debo on my fantasy team, or 2 of my fantasy teams, and he had an okay for week 1, but he's gonna.
Whatever helps you sleep at night. Dan.
Yeah, shut up.
Whatever helps you sleep.
This kid is high off a Giants win.
Very.
Yeah, every Giants fan I think ever is high off this win.
Oh, 100%.
We might throw in the clip of his reaction.
That's good. Yeah, no, we'll throw that in there. It's fun.
It was a good game though.
Shout out Fat Randy.
Dude, that was crazy. Yeah, but we're gonna get into our week 1 roundup, and then we're gonna go to a new section just named by Sam. I'm sure someone already has called it like this.
Gotta be.
Might be trademarked, but we're calling it Studs and Duds. Week 2, we each got 2 standout performers and 2 duds.
Week 1, not week 2.
What am I talking about?
That'll be next week. He's jumping the gun.
And then we're gonna do picks for this week's games.
Yeah.
Yes.
But before that, we gotta do our individual topics. We each got a topic we want to talk about. Got some interesting stuff. Just kind of whatever's popping in the football world. But this is a football episode. If we didn't already, if it wasn't obvious, we're not talking the Red Sox. We're not even talking about them.
They did get swept by the Yankees.
Shut up.
But we're not going to talk about baseball.
I got a parlay I'm cooking up on Prize Picks. I'm actually hot off a win. I got 4 or 5 picks. That was crazy.
I'm the king of Prize Picks.
Shut up.
I am.
You are the king of Prize Picks. And we're gonna probably cook up.
I'm retired until the NBA season starts.
He's gonna pull Brett Favre.
Yeah. And disclaimer. We purely just advise Prize Picks. We don't make our own bets. So, just for anyone
Please
out
do
there.
not gamble.
Don't gamble.
We-
We don't.
We have
We know we
enough
don't.
money to gamble, like $10-$20.
No, we don't. We don't
Yeah.
gamble at all. Actually, we just advise it. So
Oh yeah, we don't gamble.
no, we don't.
I've actually never gambled.
I don't even know what that is. Anyway, we're gonna make predictions for next week, week 2. Just quick, bounce off. Sam's got a little pick league he's in, and
The
then
fam.
we're gonna talk about our fantasy team somewhere in there. So
Yeah.
let's get to week 1. I guess start with the Thursday night game, huh?
Thursday night game was wild. But
Yeah, it was crazy.
And we watched all these games together, except for
Ex-
Dan, who had COVID this weekend. So
did.
he was back for Sunday games, but we missed him on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Couldn't have picked a better game to miss, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's crazy. Like, going into this weekend, I think we all thought this is going to be the best game by far. And I had the Bills winning this.
Yeah, me
just
too.
because Sam had Rams. You know how Sam is with his picks. But anyway, Bills Rams. We got Super Bowl contenders versus Super Bowl champion.
Also contender.
Also contender. But I mean, that was a pretty shitty
It
performance.
was a lopsided game.
I think Josh Allen popped off. Honestly,
Yeah.
not even their offense wasn't even crazy. It was just
We
the
had a
Rams.
couple turnovers,
Yeah.
but the Bills' defense was phenomenal
Yeah.
during that game. It was really scary to see as a fan of another AFC East.
Von Miller, 2 sacks, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
going into this game and going into this season, as you guys can attest, I really thought the Bills were overhyped. I was like, they're going to be really good. I don't think they're going to be Super Bowl or anything. I am going to eat my words on that one. They looked fantastic.
Oh wait, no, we shouldn't. We were right about it, but we're also Pats fans.
They
but-
looked incredible.
Yeah. There's nothing much else to say about that.
A
Other
Bills
than,
win
Yeah.
is a win for football.
And listen,
In my
Tre'Davious White also was not playing.
Yeah, that's true. And also Gabe Davis looked great.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Diggs looked
Diggs
great.
looked
Fell so
The
far.
D-
I played against the Bills defense. I played against Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs in week 1 of fantasy. So I guess you can all assume how my week ended. I hated watching that game for that reason specifically.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But moving on to the next game, I think people have already talked about that Thursday night game enough. Saints Falcons. We'll go right to the 1:00 games that happened. These were the best 1:00
Yeah,
games
these were nuts.
I've ever seen. And I don't watch much football. I never used to watch Red Zone, but this was incredible.
Yeah. Falcons are the kings of choking. We've seen it historically throughout the course of the NFL.
Good side note. So, Matt Ryan, he got his 6,000.
60,000 passes.
Yeah, 60,000 passing yards. So they took the ball that he threw and they're putting it in Canton, the Hall of Fame.
Cool.
But
So-
the ball number, you saw this right? It's 283.
28.
I know, I got that.
Bro, it was like
Crazy.
why? He suffered enough.
They didn't do that
Yeah.
on purpose.
No, it's just
No. They actually, the number's not even 283. They
What?
messed up
Oh my
and
god.
accidentally put 283, I think.
That's beautiful.
Dude,
That's
the most
beauty.
disrespected man. Anyway, he's not even on the team. We got Marcus
Yeah.
Mariota. Just to go into the game. Well,
Michael Thomas is back.
My boy.
I shit on him a lot, but he was back. He had a good game. Good game.
Shout out Young Wei Koo.
Yeah, Young Wei Koo kind of,
Go.
he brought it into overtime, right?
No, I mean, well, the kick got blocked, so it's not his
Oh,
fault.
yeah.
But just shout out Young Wei Koo.
Yeah, that was kind of
Our
a
short king.
yeah.
Graduated town right next to me. So.
Jameis Winston looked great. That Saints offense,
Scott Payne all over.
it's got pain all over.
Yeah.
That was funny. Who scored this game? I think just Ingram. I mean, not Ingram. Michael Thomas twice.
And then I don't know who scored the other one.
Yeah. But Pitts was kind of a no-show.
Yeah.
I just got rid of my whole mojo. Anyway, Pitts was a no-show. Cordell Patterson actually had a really good game. Mariota was fine. Not really anything crazy. But yeah, that was that game.
Yeah.
It wasn't out of the 1:00 games. That was probably like one of the non-exciting ones. I do want to get into.
It was it was too close though.
What is going on with your?
I don't even know.
Do you
Dude.
want me to just pull it up?
No, I got it. Hold on. Oh, here we go.
There we
Here
go.
we go. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I do want to talk about Steelers Bengals. I think this was the best game of the week, and I mean I honestly
Jumping the gun a little bit. Huh?
I honestly thought that but it was a 1:00 game. I honestly thought that what was I gonna say? That Monday night game was actually pretty good, other than all the penalties. But this game easily was the best one, I thought. Bengals lost 23-20 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That Black Air Force energy goes a long way. Joe Burrow threw 4 interceptions. That was cringe.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow,
I keep that in.
yeah, 4 interceptions, threw 338 yards, threw 53 attempts. They were really passing this whole game, even though Mixon had 27 carries. I guess that overtime kind of skews the
Yeah.
numbers. Sam, what were your thoughts?
27 carries.
Thoughts on
I mean,
Burrow?
Burrow did not look good for a while there. He's still Joe Burrow though, so he's still gonna give you a chance to win. But like he looked pretty damn
He
bad.
threw 66%. That's really not that great.
I mean, it's fine.
No,
it's like average.
66 is good.
Yeah, it's average,
Yeah.
but it's it was the turnovers.
Right.
They were trying to lose this game the whole time, and they did eventually.
I
But
think, and both Super Bowl quarterbacks from last year, week 1 threw a combined 7 picks.
yeah, that was crazy. The special teams in this game was miserable. The snap for McPherson. So they actually, I think their long snapper got injured. That was the story.
Yeah.
I heard CJ Uzuma was talking about this with Chris Rose. He actually used to be the backup snapper when he was on the team. But someone just forced the toilet. Backup snapper came in, terrible snap and terrible hold, and they missed the kick left and lost the game. And the Steelers should have won this by a mile, and they just kept trying to lose. So
Yeah. TJ Watt looked like TJ Watt.
Trubisky did not have a very good game.
no, Trubisky was fine. It was
What
not
was,
as
what was his percentage?
yeah, it's not that great.
Yeah,
I love Mitch, but that was not that great.
Money Mac turned into poor Mac.
Chase Claypool had 6 carries.
Yeah.
Why are all wide receivers turning to running backs?
Najee got hurt.
Najee did not look good.
Najee got hurt. He says he's going to play week 2. TJ Watt, that injury was pretty bad.
Pretty
TJ Watt's
horrible.
on IR.
At least 4 weeks.
It was a good game because both teams played poorly.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Baker's revenge game.
He lost.
Yeah.
I think everyone thought I feel like just the narrative was like, oh, Baker is gonna win, and like just like both these rosters aren't great. I think the Browns have a little bit stronger.
I mean, it's a
overall
good one for the
roster.
Browns.
Nick Chubb ran all over the Panthers defense.
Yeah, and Myles Garrett was I think the highest PFF graded player this week. So
Yeah.
he's a dog.
I mean, the Browns need these wins for when eventually their quarterback comes into the league.
you saw it.
He who shall not be named.
But Amari Cooper disappointed me.
Shit the bed.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb was great. 22
Yeah.
carries, 141 yards. Kareem Hunt was actually a pretty good backup, as he always is.
Yeah.
That running core is just disgusting. The leading receiver for the Browns was Donovan Peoples-Jones.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Who is that?
So, I think he was 2019 or 2020 NFL draft. He was like a late round draft pick. He's been there a little bit. Baker used to throw to him a lot.
Yeah.
Baker looked bad until he threw that pass to Robbie Anderson.
Shout out Robbie Anderson, by the way. I had him in 2 leagues last year. He sucked. He looked great. He had one really deep pass.
Yeah.
He gets like 2 or 3 opportunities a game where he just burns the receivers.
Yeah.
Great
And,
game, yeah.
and Baker likes him. And Baker has an arm. Like he can
Yeah.
throw it downfield.
Baker looks really good in that Panthers uni.
I think the other thing I would say, CMC needs a bounce back,
Yeah.
especially for people that drafted him.
But shout out Cade York, too.
That was
Gotta put some respect on our kickers. 58-yarder as a rookie.
game winner.
To win the game is
Yeah.
not easy.
No, that was really cool to see.
Respect Jacoby Brissett, too.
Yeah.
Stepping in that role.
This, I think, is Luke's topic, but 49ers Bears. The Bears won, and I think no one saw that coming. We had Ryan watching these games with us, our housemate, and he was doing this pick league, and I think all the spreads went the other way. So
Yeah, I have a personal gripe with this game, with Justin Fields, because he didn't pass to my guy Darnell Mooney.
Money with 2 O's.
He had 1 reception on 3 targets, and we gotta get that. We gotta get that up. We
Yeah.
gotta get that up.
I think the offense this entire game was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But we will get into that.
Yeah,
I-
we'll get more into the
Yeah,
game.
we'll get into that. I would just the only thing I would say, Debo really didn't. I don't think he had any catches, or he had 2 receptions. I think. Yeah, 2 receptions and had a lot of ground carries. And we're gonna see. He had led the team in carries other than Trey Lance. We'll see how they use him going forward with this Elijah Mitchell injury.
Right. He's down for 2 months.
Jeff Wilson Jr. is the starting running back for now. So
My one thing about this game with Trey Lance is people are already writing him off, which I think is ridiculous.
biggest
He
Trey
played-
Lance fan over here.
He played one game in horrible weather conditions.
Yeah.
They're in California. It's not
Yeah.
like
And we'll get into the weather. That's kind of what
Yeah,
you're kind of
Yeah.
we'll
talking
get
about.
again. Luke will talk about this.
Those
more.
pictures were cold.
later.
The game, I think this might have been our favorite game just because the offense.
Yeah.
This is the first game we watched. This is the game we
Lions,
watched
Eagles.
the most of,
Yeah.
probably.
It was fun.
DeAndre Swift looked incredible.
Yeah. Actually, there's a lot of offense in this game that looked incredible, but the standout performer, well, definitely DeAndre Swift. The other side of the ball, I got some standout performers I'm saving for our
can still
studs and
talk about
duds.
him.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, who I predicted to be a fall off,
Played really well.
played really well.
Yeah.
I
You
mean-
did predict him to be a fall off, and
Yeah.
I had him and Hurts in my fantasy league.
Yeah.
Probably that is what won me this week.
It did have Amari Cooper falling off, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, so nice one.
Yeah,
That's
I
a good
mean, if you want to watch a game with a lot of offense, that's
Yeah, it was
right
a
up
good
your
game.
alley.
Campbell, I think that honestly both teams need to figure out something on defense.
Dan Campbell can motivate me to run through a wall.
Yeah, I think
He's an amazing coach.
it's such a different atmosphere, and we definitely picked that out. Like
Yeah.
it just felt like a different team. Kind of felt like a college team. I'm not even gonna lie.
That culture in Detroit, I imagine being in that locker room is amazing.
Oh,
The
yeah.
energy
I
in
mean, you
there
could
is
see
gotta
it.
be awesome.
Yeah.
And they have someone that they want to win for. So, one,
They themselves want to win.
yeah.
Obviously.
And so for the next game, I loved this game just because
Weirdest game.
it's weird because it was Houston Indy.
Yeah.
Indy beat Houston like on every category, but still managed to tie.
Dude,
They started horribly.
I just don't get it.
Derek
Like,
Stingley had an amazing play.
Yeah, shout out Stingley. He was probably in the top 5 for rookies this week. That was the first half of this game was terrible. First quarter, shout out Rodrigo, who is off the team now, kicked the field goal. We don't have to talk about this for that long. I don't think he deserves to be off the team.
Yeah.
But-
Last year and the year before he did miss some kicks, so I can understand that.
Shout out
but-
workhorses Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman. They put the offense on their back. Matt Ryan looked pretty good. 1 interception, but 32 for 50, 350 yards. It's pretty good offense. And like you said, Sam, they led in every category and they still managed to lose.
Davis Mills
looked good though.
Yeah.
He, no slouch.
As far as the Texans go, Damian Pierce needs to get more carries, and that's all I really want
Sure,
to
it's
talk
a trust thing.
Yeah.
They're the Texans.
I don't want to talk about this game anymore. 4 o'clock games. Actually, sorry. Patriots lost.
2 more.
Oh my God, there's so many 1 o'clock games.
Yeah.
Patriots lost. There's not much to talk about there.
We barely touched this game.
We honestly, dude, like, it was pretty miserable.
Shout out to
They always play bad against the Dolphins. Shout out Mike McDaniel. They actually, this offense looks okay.
Shout out Tua.
Tua, he's not obviously not throwing the deep ball, but
Queen's dying words, let Tua cook.
Shout out Mike McDaniel and his balls.
yes, they need a wheelbarrow for his balls apparently. So,
According to Tyreek Hill.
yeah. Patriots, get your head out of your ass.
Blow it up.
Yeah, no, just like
No.
Mac looked good. The thing is, Mac looked good. It's everything else.
And then he got hurt. But he's fine.
He's fine. But everything else, Matt Patricia, I just like, and your old guy.
Oh,
JoJo.
Splitting play calling.
I don't know if you
Patricia,
saw this.
yeah.
So apparently Kendrick Bourne
Yeah.
is in Matt Patricia's doghouse.
Doghouse.
Yeah.
Like doesn't like him.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I hate when that happens. Like
Does he shut up on time for me?
talented players like, yeah, right. We'll get into players in the doghouse when we talk about the Giants game. Tony.
No.
Yeah, definitely
Absolutely.
Tony.
Did you
Absolutely.
see his interview?
That doesn't matter. It was
We'll
good,
talk about
great
that later,
press.
but
I love Tony, but yeah. Ravens Jets. This game we probably watched the least amount of. We actually had it on at first, and we're like, this sucks. The Ravens were. I would have placed $1,000 on them winning. The Jets. Flacco actually threw for 300 yards, but the Jets and they're just never everything goes wrong. Zach Wilson's out already, and it just there's no good vibes. I think the only good vibes I'd say are those two corners they got, Sauce,
And DJ.
and they were both in the top 10 PFF graded. Reed was number 1, and I think Sauce was 10. So
But Robert Saleh.
Dude, I saw this clip about DJ Reed.
yeah,
Oh, with his
Did you
dad.
see that? His dad died right before the game.
you're kidding.
Like dead ass right before the game.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So he caught the interception, right? And he ran to the middle of the field and did some cool stuff. It was awesome.
Wow. Ravens, Lamar did his thing. Nothing crazy, but did his thing. Didn't really run that much. Didn't have to. I think they just got in good field position really, so they didn't really have much offense.
Devin Duvernay.
Duvernay.
And
Okay,
Pittman.
good.
Both those guys look great.
One thing about the Jets, Robert Saleh, I think is a great coach for them, and he said that he's writing he's keeping notes on everyone that doubts the Jets this year.
That's
So-
by the way.
This dude's cold.
I don't want to steal from part of my take, but I'm writing out the Jets this year. I don't care. They don't look good.
Yeah.
They don't look good. I think they'll.
The Jets are
I think their
big
defense will.
development
I think their defense will develop this year. I just think that offense.
Sauce.
We'll see.
Great.
Michael Carter looked actually pretty good.
Oh, see, I'm not gonna write off the Jets just yet because Zach Wilson's not playing yet.
Yeah, but,
I'm gonna write
I'm
off the
writing
Jets.
off
I
the
want to
Jets.
see how Zach. I don't think the Jets will be good, but I want to see how Zach Wilson does.
Honestly, we
with
don't need to
this
talk about this
improved
game.
offense.
A little. Okay.
We could just mention
Commanders Jaguars. Commanders won. It was actually a good game.
Carson Wentz had a good game.
Wentz was good. Proved
4
all the haters wrong.
touchdowns.
Also, Gibson had a good game,
Yeah.
and everyone thought he was gonna suck. I
Jahan Dotson.
specifically, Dodson highlighted the game. Jaguars are splitting their running back time, and I have to have both of them, so that sucks. I think you have both of them in another.
No, I have both of them in fantasy.
I have both of them in fantasy too, so it's just
Mid-game, I really don't think anything.
Trevor Lawrence just. Oh, okay. We're
no,
talking about this.
4 o'clock games. We're go. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're talking about this.
4 o'clock
game.
games.
The best game I've witnessed. Actually, no, that's a lie.
That's
but
such a. You
such
won
a-
2 Super Bowls.
Such a great game to watch.
It was a great game to
Giants,
watch. It was very
good.
good.
Titans. As a Giants fan, I have never felt this way about this team in probably 10 years. Since that Super Bowl win, this was the most excited I've ever been about the Giants. I don't think we're gonna be good this year. I think probably 7 wins, but
All right, Titans choked.
The
The
culture-
Titans choked.
the culture's changed in New York.
Yes, they're gonna.
Shout out Saquon.
He's back.
Shout out Dable.
And he's him.
I would say the one thing,
Love
I
this
obviously
team.
I don't hate the Giants. It's just Giants fans piss me off. I'm not even gonna
He
lie.
hates
It's
me.
just we're around so
His
many Giants
girlfriend
fans.
is the Giants fan, so.
Oh, so you don't. She's great. She's
Derrick Henry had a pretty good game. He had 82 yards.
But
He didn't have a great
wasn't
game.
Derrick Henry.
No,
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
I think the one thing I'd say about this is Saquon is back. Dable is a great coach, good for the culture. Will they keep this up? Who knows?
Shout out Fat Randy.
Shout out Fat Randy.
Shout out Fat Randy.
I think that's pretty much all we got to say about
Yeah.
that.
Next
I
game-
could say more.
It was honestly decided after the first quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, off the rip,
It was
the
Chiefs
looked
Cardinals.
so
Yeah.
good.
So the Chiefs are my story. So we can
Okay.
get more into it later, but
Yeah.
just know that nothing's changed. in
Nothing's
Kansas
changed.
City.
Andy
He's
Reid.
still-
Shout out Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Kyler needs to do a little more homework, I think.
Yeah. Do you see he got exposed by the
No,
last
I don't.
Tennessee
Yeah,
coach?
but I don't necessarily. Hold on. First off, I don't necessarily agree. I think that contract stuff was really stupid.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
It's honestly like, yeah, it's
So
terrible. It's
disrespectful.
disrespectful to his character. This is a guy that like was amazing his rookie year, and he's a playmaker.
he's like one of the best like high school, college like football players ever.
Yeah, and he doesn't deserve the disrespect.
I could also argue that though. Like I don't think he deserves disrespect, but at the same time, if it's that much of an issue,
I don't think it's
Yeah.
that much of an issue. I think
yeah.
I really maybe. He has a starting job, and honestly, like the Cardinals have.
I'm sure it's worse. I'm sure he's not the only star who doesn't really look at film as much as they should.
I think he's
Yeah.
just getting targeted because he's the only star on this team right now.
Yeah.
I other than obviously like Hollywood and Johnny
no,
Hopkins.
I love Kyler Murray. This is no diss on Kyler Murray. I think he's an amazing quarterback, but he does need DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Oh,
to
for
help
sure.
his game.
Yeah, I mean we'll see how he uses Hollywood.
Hollywood's no offense to Hollywood. I don't think he's anything that special. He's just fast.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but
this was not a good game for Derek Carr.
Chargers Raiders. I think everyone. I actually thought this was going to be the best game of the week. It really wasn't. There were a lot of Raiders turnovers. I think the one good thing on the Raiders side is Devontae Adams. He is him.
They didn't really do well.
10 receptions on 17 targets for 141 yards and a touchdown. Darren Waller had a pretty good game. Brendan Bolden, shout out Pat's legend.
Josh McDaniels.
The Chargers, Herbert did his thing.
Had a good game.
Great game. They didn't have to pass too much. 279 yards, 3 touchdowns. Their running game wasn't that great. Eckler really struggled. That D-line is really tough. That Raiders D-line is led by Crosby. So,
but Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, they didn't do much.
no,
none of
actually,
them had-
actually Crosby was top 5 PFF this week.
None of them had a sack or a TFL or anything.
They contained the running game. That's what I'd have to say.
Overall, it was a
Yeah.
mid game.
Yeah, it's very disappointing game.
Yeah. Shout out Chargers defense. I have them in fantasy, and they definitely overperformed.
Let's not shout out
Jared
my
Cohen
defense.
gave them
Yeah.
that.
What's the next game on the 4:00 schedule? I forget.
Packers Vikings. Wrong.
Packers Vikings.
Justin Jefferson had a fantastic game.
And who picked him up in fantasy?
Yeah, well,
I
you'd be
picked-
dumb
well,
not
it's
to.
like, I also
drafted.
had an earlier pick than all of you. So.
I think what I would say about this game is Justin Jefferson was the best player on the field, and I think everyone on the Packers would agree with that.
Packers looked
Even Aaron
horrible.
Rodgers said it.
Yeah, Rodgers did say it.
Well, the past 2 years it's kind of like week one's a vacation for Aaron Rodgers. People are forgetting last year he got beat by the Saints 38-3.
Right.
Yeah.
And threw 2
Also,
picks.
Lazard wasn't in this game.
Yeah.
Even though, and they have the wide receiver room is just like, it's in shambles. Aaron Jones had a bad game. AJ Dillon had a good game. That was cool to see. And Kirk
He didn't have a fantastic.
Kirk did his thing and stayed mid.
Yeah.
Last 2 games, Sunday night game, biggest dud of the week that we turned it off after half. And it was so boring. And I know we're supposed to watch these games and give our analysis. That game sucked.
Yeah, it did.
We talked about this in Dan and I are in issues in sports media class, and we talked about why this game had the primetime slot that it did, that night game.
Yeah.
And Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, but also Tom Brady,
Yeah.
So, obviously this game seems like it would be that primetime game, but it didn't deserve it when
It was
it all
also
was
the
said and done.
primetime game last year.
It wasn't actually.
Yeah.
Shout out the Cowboys. They blew up. Jerry Jones just finds a way to explode his team and get a backup in as much as possible. Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
I'm on the Cooper Rush train.
Cooper Rush.
I'm hoping to be on the Cooper Rush train.
It's
He
rush
needs
hour.
it.
It's rush
hour.
baby.
Yeah. Brady was nothing crazy. They I think got to the goal line multiple times and they just kicked field goals because that's all they needed to do. So and Godwin got hurt again.
Yeah. There's a lot of injuries from that game. That's a big takeaway from the game. And Leonard Fournette played well.
I see on Luke's Twitter feed, Cooper Rush says he's ready to roll. So It's roll time. Oh, it's just it's a gif of AB walking away. Anyway, the last game, definitely a pickup from the Sunday night game. Broncos Seahawks. Geno Smith, let's ride. Geno Smith, impressed. I think it's fair to say he impressed.
First half was really good, and
Yeah.
the second half was just not.
He looked like he was back in West Virginia, like prime Geno Smith.
Yeah, facts. As whatever that means.
I think he was goated in West Virginia.
All I'm gonna say is the Broncos offense looked great, and their coaching was terrible. They had probably 100 yards lost on penalties. Russ, they paid this guy how much money and they don't go for it on fourth,
Yeah.
and they instead give it to McManus, who is like okay as a kicker, and they don't use their timeouts, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It was a game, and it honestly was entertaining, and I kind of drafted a parlay on Prize Picks just to kind of like follow along, and if I bet, it would have paid off. So
Yeah.
4 or 5 picks. So
I think Peyton called like 60 timeouts before the Broncos head coach called one.
yeah,
Like on the main cast, that was funny. Richard Sherman actually, it was kind of a diss towards Russ, but he did have a really good point. He said Russ is the type of quarterback where he doesn't have the trust, like the coach doesn't have the trust in him to call that timeout in that situation.
which is pretty awful because Russ should get, as much as
Yeah.
a odd fellow Russ is, he's the guy for that situation, and they just kind of threw it away. The Broncos running room was kind of a little bit of a dud. The goal line
They were good
performances.
until they reached the goal line.
That goal line performance was terrible. Melvin Gordon actually had a pretty good game out of
Yeah.
the fumble, and
Javonte did too.
yeah, they were both good, and they play another. I don't know who they play
They were
next
just
week.
playing him try to get the ball in the end zone, impossible challenge.
Yeah,
That's what I saw on Twitter.
they play week 2. Yeah,
might
they play
have
the
a
Texans, who
schedule.
have a pretty bad.
Yeah.
They have a really bad running defense as well. So I'm sure those guys will be fine. That's it for the week 1 matchups. We're gonna go right into studs and duds.
So
We're gonna go with standout performances first. We're just gonna go down the line. Sam first, me next. Luke gets the next 2, and then we'll go back down. So
Okay, so for my first stud, DeAndre Swift.
yeah,
He was phenomenal. Just on the ground. 15 carries, 144 yards. Like, are you kidding me? Almost 10 yards a carry is ridiculous.
yeah.
He was running all over that Eagles defense. The Eagles defense could be another topic. I don't think anyone has it, but that could be a topic, how badly they played. But DeAndre Swift looked like a maniac. He looked like
Yeah.
he could become next year's RB1 for fantasy.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not even going to lie. I was paying more attention to the Eagles' offense that game just because my fantasy picks. And Amon-Ra. I think their passing game was pretty good too.
Shout out the Goof.
Shout out Luke. But I think DeAndre Swift has easily proven himself, and he was Swifty. He's a shifty guy, and he's fast. He's really fast.
Anytime you can get almost 10 yards a carry in a game, you're doing something right.
I think and Jamal Williams actually was not bad
Yeah,
either.
he's a great goal line back too.
Yeah.
Detroit's future, like we said
Didn't he
earlier.
have, he had like 2
is good.
touchdowns, right?
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
2 touchdowns on the goal line.
So I would say Dan Campbell, whatever you're doing there with offense, wonderful. And I think you take advantage of this guy, especially when you have the goofball as your your starting QB. Definitely take advantage of this run game. I'm not telling you how to coach, but that's just what we saw. So.
But it's a
You should be an NFL coach.
I think I should. I think we'd be.
for me, it's a very interesting coaching staff because I think a majority of them were all former players,
Yeah.
and that I think is going to really help the players. Someone else that's been in the league that's been through this.
I totally agree. Yeah, I think. I guess we're not talking about the Lions as any of our talking points, but I think the Lions,
They deserve a nod.
and like everyone's always like the Hard Knocks, like the Hard Knocks hangover. I would call it, like the teams that get recorded for Hard Knocks. everyone's like rooting for because it's really cool to see the internal affairs and it doesn't pay out. I would say this is an exception. They have bona fide stars, so it's really cool. Amon-Ra also had a great game.
I'm a huge fan of Amon-Ra.
Yeah,
Brown.
really good guy in the slot. Let's move on to mine. My standout performance is AJ Brown. I think that's pretty obvious. 10 catches, 155 yards, targeted 15 times, and he's only gone over 150 yards 3 other times in his career. I think, everyone saw that video of AJ Brown and Hurts kind of, celebrating after he got traded, which is just funny as hell. Yeah, I think it was really good for AJ Brown to get out of Tennessee, where their fan base, like Tennessee has loyal fans, but like the Philly football scene is definitely more flashy.
Yeah.
And he obviously performed in the limelight. I'm actually really excited for his first home game. I hope he performs. They got a tough secondary next week, the Vikings. A lot of young guys that are proven to stay in this league for a while. You think he'll keep up this production?
I don't think he's going to keep it up the rest of the year. 10 catches, 155 yards is ridiculous. But I think this is the perfect situation for A.J. Brown. I think Philly fits him like a glove. He's a very flashy guy. He's in a big sports market. And
I hate Philly.
I hate Philly. I hate
all
Philly
three
too.
of us hate Philly, yeah.
But A.J. Brown's in an offense where the focus is not their running back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even
That's
though
great
Miles Sanders, shout out Miles Sanders, I picked him first overall 2 years ago. He was fine. So.
Yeah.
I had Saquon Barkley.
Who is that?
No surprise.
God.
Everyone's seen his body issue.
All right.
Dude, brings up the body issue, like...
Brings up the body issue before the, 200-yard game he had.
So he had 164 rush yards. I think it was 190.
194.
190 scrimmage, yeah.
Overall.
They were giving the pass. The pass game was running through.
He had a
which is
touchdown,
unbelievable.
9.1 yards per carry, 18 attempts. He had a really good game. He rushed for 67 yards at one point.
Yeah.
I definitely would say
play.
he's back.
9.1 yards per carry is freaky.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
he didn't have to rush that much. It was freaky.
He did have a fumble though, but
Yeah, but obviously this
That was a good
show up
hit.
in
That
the
was kind of a
stats
good
sheet,
hit, though. Yeah.
It doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but you can see the passion that he played with on the sideline after they won.
Yeah.
I love Saquon, and I'm glad he's back as a Giants fan.
definitely a steal of any fantasy draft.
Oh my God.
I tried to get
100%.
him. This guy took him. And now my backup is Cam Akers,
Yeah.
which we'll get into.
Uh,
Luke, you get your second.
So my second one is Stephon Diggs,
Mhm.
one that I hate to bring up since I played against him in fantasy, but whatever. C'est la vie, he's still a fantastic player. I've been a huge fan of his. Would always talk with my dad about how much love him in New England, but whatever. So he had 122 receiving yards, 8 for 9.
Yeah, that's really good.
With a touchdown, 15.3 yards per reception, which is
Yeah.
really, really good.
Like-
He looked fantastic. His energy was through the roof.
did you
he
see
was
the video
flexing.
from the sideline?
Yeah, he was definitely feeling it out there, and I'm
I-
sure that'll continue.
My thing about Stephon is I think after that NFC loss to
the
or no,
Chiefs.
was it? Yeah, it was to the Chiefs.
2
Or it
years
was the
ago,
Super Bowl,
right?
right?
No.
Yeah, because they won the Minnesota Miracle, and then who'd they play after that?
Philly.
Oh,
You're talking
yeah.
about him. Okay.
I'm saying after that, I feel like
That's when he
he's
became a star.
he became a star and then went to Buffalo. I honestly feel like, in wide receiver lists, he kind of gets trickled down.
Yeah.
But this is a star-studded Bills team, and he should not be skewed. He is the best offensive player on that team, other than Josh Allen.
And he plays with that chip on his shoulder, because a lot of people forget. I think he was a 5th or 6th round draft pick.
Yeah.
Stephon
I didn't know that.
was not supposed to be this good.
Yeah, he was
And-
he was 146th pick in 2015.
Yeah, and one thing I like about this Buffalo team is a lot of these teams, when you see they're favored to go to the Super Bowl, a lot of these teams can crumble under pressure, but this Bills team is yeah, we know we're this good.
Yeah.
We're going to keep playing like this. There's different energy in Buffalo.
I totally agree. My second standout is Geno Smith, and here's the thing. Geno, we were talking about this. Second half wasn't their whole offense kind of dudded out, and they almost cost them the game if it wasn't for some bad Broncos coaching. Geno Smith threw 82% completion, which on not too many attempts. He had 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. But here's the thing: he managed turnovers. He had no turnovers. 80% completion from a QB is always great. I think he had one of the highest QBRs this week. And he's got that energy. And that post game was awesome. They tried to write me off. I didn't write back. That's the coldest quote of all time.
Yeah. Been saving that one
7
for
years
a
in the
minute.
making.
You think he prepped that for if they asked him that?
100%.
But how did he know the reporter was gonna ask? I just don't. That's crazy.
Who just says that off the dome?
Maybe
if that was off the dome, he's probably given.
Maybe he had a list. Maybe he had a list of all the things that a reporter could say to him if he won.
Yeah.
And then just memorized it before the game.
What was even the question?
He's
It's like they
what
tried to
would
write
you
off.
say to people that that wrote you off or something like that?
And he was like,
They tried to write me
They
off
tried
and
to
didn't write back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the reporter specifically said write off in the question.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Geno Smith managed what he could perfectly, and obviously that second half was a little woeful, but they still won. And this is a Broncos team that had all the highlights, especially with that division they're in. They had all of the press focus on them. Can't really disprove a 119.6 rating. So
Yeah. I mean, Geno could be a pretty good game manager this year.
yeah, kind of one of those system QBs. Hasn't had a opening start in 8 years, which is just wild to me. I feel like it was 3 years ago when he ended the league.
The Jets.
Yeah. Shout out my dad for hating, or I don't even know if he liked Geno or not, but Jets fan. So he thought that was pretty crazy.
shout out Rex Ryan.
So my next standout player is Mike Parsons. I mean, he had 2 sacks. He was a force on that defense. I mean, Micah Parsons is amazing.
Yeah, it just sucks he's on a team that has
I hate
no offense
Dallas.
now. Yeah.
I hate Dallas, so I don't like saying
Skip said that
but
Cooper Rush is could be as good as Dak.
Oh my
Which is
god. Yeah, I
that's
saw that. I saw that
ridiculous.
clip. Also, I was gonna say, dude, the hits that Parsons had on Brady, I thought Brady was just gonna fall into a million pieces.
Retires right
Dude, it was so he just hits hard.
he Micah Parsons hits you like a bus, and he just flies around the field that 4.3
Bro, he's crazy.
speed really shows.
Yeah.
Any team could use an edge rusher like
Oh
that.
my god, he's the most versatile linebacker in the league.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now he's my defensive player of the year pick. I
Wow.
think he's just.
I guess
a
we got
stud.
to do
Listen,
some.
there's not many people better than him with TJ being out.
I mean, Aaron Donald, they could always give it back, but I don't think
Right.
Aaron Donald's gonna be winning it. I mean, Micah Parsons is a guy that's gonna be here for a very long time.
We'll see. Yeah, I totally agree with that. All right, we're on to duds of studs and duds. We got some great picks of these. Sam, why don't you just start right off?
First guy, it's gonna be a little shock, but David Montgomery. If you just look at the numbers purely, 17 carries for 26 yards.
Their backup was actually better than them.
Yeah.
I don't even-
Khalil. Yeah.
What's his name?
Khalil Herbert.
Oh yeah.
He 9 carries, 45 yards, touchdown. That was really good. But David Montgomery was really disappointing. I think 1.5 yards a carry. I know you have a bad offensive line, but you're David Montgomery. You're supposed to.
He also got named honorary captain of the week. So nice. Yeah.
Good job leading your team, even though you didn't do anything on the field. Dan,
There's probably no one else that could fill that. Their
They don't really have
offense
that.
didn't really have.
And
a
Fields is already a
fantastic game.
captain. So
Fields,
Mooney had a pretty bad game.
He's not a captain.
I know. I'm saying he just had
Yeah.
if they were to give it to someone else. My disappointing player. This one is personal to me.
This is everyone's disappointing player.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a screenshot of the tweet I put out. I have Cam Akers in 3 leagues, and he did not get past the goal line. It's like he was trying to not get past the goal line. He got the ball. He carried the ball 3 times, and just like ran right into defenders. He had a pretty infamous clip where he was blocking back and he just straight up let Stafford get sacked.
Yeah.
I mean, was it really his fault? Who knows? It's like,
But you got to pick up that block.
yeah, you got to do something to protect your guy.
He should have a better game this week because they're playing the Falcons. So.
Yes.
Right.
And-
Him and the Queen have the same amount of rushing yards.
And that's the thing. Like, Darrell Henderson was... What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Both
right.
have 0.
I fucking
She honestly might
I
have
hate
more
you
rushing
guys.
yards going to the fucking cemetery.
Shout out the Queen.
Oh my god.
No, shout out the Queen. Darrell Henderson, he wasn't even that impressive.
Yeah, it's not like he
like-
outplayed
like-
him. He just played.
Like McVay was like, before the season started, he was like, oh, we got 2 bona fide RB1s, and they both sucked. I mean, this is the Bills. The Bills have a great defense. But the thing is, Darrell Henderson got yards. So that's different than what Cam Akers did. Easily the biggest bust in fantasy, I would say, this week.
He either re-aggravated that ACL or he did something to piss McVay
The
off.
thing is, I think it's just like he looked great in the playoffs, especially as a receiving back. So he's just gotta play more snaps, and that's what McVay said. He's got to play more meaningful snaps, and I totally agree.
Yeah, so mine is also a poor fantasy performer who I still have a lot of faith in, but that's Kyle Pitts. I mean, like, what he had 2 receptions, 7 targets, which really is not that good, but he had 19 yards with the 2 receptions that he had, which I mean, like, I guess like that shows the flash of like, yeah, he's gonna be fine, but like for this week, like he's definitely a dud. Like, you know, I mean,
The Rams.
you know, yeah, both of my, like, tight ends that I picked, like, Cole Kmet was my backup
Oh,
tight
that's a
end.
dud.
No catches.
Yeah,
Is he your second?
he's the only other one I got, so,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's definitely a fair.
but, you know, it just wasn't really that great. I don't really have much to say about that.
I think to your point, it's like Pitts, like, is such an athlete that he's gonna be fine. I drafted him on my league, so I'm a little biased, but I think he'll be fine.
No,
And you love Pitts. So.
I love Kyle Pitts. I mean, new quarterback too,
yeah.
but
Oh my god. That scared the fucking...
Dude, I felt like something shivering in my toes.
Dude, that scared the shit out of me, bro.
Dude's technology has been going crazy.
Bro,
the
because I was
past-
playing that song.
report J.C. Jackson.
What song were you playing?
J.C. Jackson's playing tonight.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I
was playing
sang.
a song called song by Ice Spice.
Yeah.
You thought I was
Shout out
familiar?
Ice Spice, I guess.
No, it's not.
Actually, not. Don't shout out Ice
I don't
Spice.
know.
Okay.
My second
No,
disappointment.
it's me still.
Oh, I thought you had another.
I know we're a little
Just
shook right
get it
now.
over his heart attack.
Can we just take some deep breaths?
Yeah. Whew, my god, that was terrifying.
Shock.
Wait, it is my turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one actually is horrible.
Oh.
I actually don't know how much better this is going to get, but CeeDee Lamb had a horrible
Butterfingers.
game. Yeah.
Oh.
He
yeah.
had a horrid game. 2 receptions on 11 targets for 29 yards. Like,
Yeah.
he just wasn't.
Shannon summed it up perfectly. His favorite candy is Butterfingers. He was awful. I honestly, one of the best aspects about his game is his hands. So you saw that, and he's a really good athlete. You saw him twist and conform his body last year when he was making catches, especially you remember that end zone catch he had,
Oh, yeah.
where he just like did a full barrel roll. I did not expect that from CeeDee Lamb. This is a guy I would have wanted at any of my fantasy teams.
Yeah.
So, and now like you go in the next week, you're like, okay, I'll do better. He's got Cooper Rush that I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. You know, there's a point where you separate a great receiver from a quarterback. And I think CeeDee Lamb definitely, like, can be like CeeDee Lamb, and I feel like Tyreek Hill and, like, other star receivers are in that category where it's like, you're still a good receiver, like, you still have talent. You don't need to rely on your quarterback.
The thing for me is it's just like it doesn't help, you know.
Yeah, no, of course.
I think he'll be. I think
he'll have a
I
better
still
game.
like CeeDee Lamb.
That
I
could
don't
be
think he'll
wishful-
have 9 drops.
That could be wishful
Yeah.
thinking.
I mean, with CeeDee Lamb, the whole offense played horribly, and he was also against a really good Bucs defense. Like, that Bucs defense was singling CeeDee Lamb out the whole game.
yeah.
I think he'll have a fine season. I don't think he's gonna be like an insane receiver, but I do still think that he's gonna be good. The Bucks just had their number all game. I think that's really what it came down to.
Yeah,
it's very valid.
This is a guy that put up 1,100 yards last year. I think he's a great talent. As my computer turns into a helicopter.
Did Dak go out last year?
No.
He played the entire season?
I think so.
Yeah, but his rookie, can you go to his rookie year stats?
Yeah.
Because his rookie year, Dak got hurt, I think, 4 or 5 games into the season.
Yeah, and I think he was still fine. Yeah, still put up almost
900 yards as a rookie without Dak. He'll be okay.
Okay. Well, that incites a lot of confidence back within me.
Great.
I hope
That's
that
great.
reassures you about seeing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Speaking of disappointing wide receivers, where was Devontae Smith? I honestly did not. I didn't see him the whole game. I saw his lanky arms on the sideline, but other than that, dude, 4 targets,
well,
no
how are they
receptions.
gonna split those carries now that AJ Brown just
Carries.
go? I mean the receptions.
That's the thing. It's not even like AJ Brown broke out. We knew he was going to be the wide receiver 1. We didn't know how much he was going to be in this offense. Dude, Smith, he was nowhere to be found. And I don't think Hurts had many receptions, actual receptions. They had a lot of running game, and AJ Brown was mostly offense. His second favorite target was Goddard, and his third was Miles Sanders. They have a lot of offensive talent. I'm not calling Miles Sanders a stud by any means, or Goddard. He's a pretty good tight end. But here's the thing: it's Devontae Smith is that guy that they drafted. This is the guy they.
He really is that guy, pal.
This is the guy they drafted because the Jalen Reagor pick fell through, right? So they needed another guy that can get the deep ball and just be an athletic freak. And Devontae Smith hasn't done that.
You know what? I wish that the Patriots would follow in the footsteps of the Eagles, as much as I hate saying that. But for the pick, Jalen Reagor to go, horribly, the pick with N'Keal Harry, for them to bounce back the way that they have is, really good.
Yeah.
And the Patriots just, have not done that at
I mean, I would defer. I'd say they made the playoffs last year, and they were I honestly
yeah, but who has the brighter future right now?
Oh, definitely the Eagles, just because they're.
But this stuff happens all the time in Philly. Yes. Do you want Bill to spend money? Yeah.
Yeah.
But Philly, this happens all the time. I remember distinctly 2012 to 2013, I think it was. They decided to go all out. Nnamdi Asomugha, who was a name. I don't know if a lot of people know. But
certainly a name.
Nnamdi Asomugha, for a short amount of time, was the number 1 corner in all of the NFL. Philly signed him. I think they signed Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, and they went 4-12 that year. Philly does this all the time. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I don't like Philly.
Okay, I have a question to you as an NFC least fan. Who is going to be the 1 seed?
The Eagles.
Philly.
It's got to be Philly, right?
I mean,
and then
saying it, but
I would honestly, it's got to be. Do you think it'd be the Commanders or Giants at 2?
Let's hope for the Giants, honestly.
I want the Giants at 2.
I guess we can't discredit the Cowboys for now.
Probably going to be Dallas at 2.
We can't discredit them because they were okay. We're actually that
Let's
year.
do Super Bowl predictions at the end.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. But we have to do it every episode way too early.
No, we gotta do it once.
No, we do it once and then
reassess.
Last game of the year.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have one more?
Yeah. So my disappointing player is Derek Carr.
He just Millie rocked. Sorry. Continue.
So
you're a bitch.
My player is Derek Carr. I mean, there's hype going into this season about the Raiders, about Devontae Adams and this Derek Carr connection. Where was it?
It was there.
3 picks.
Yeah, their offense.
He was just gunslinging it, but to the wrong team.
He was probably a little too excited.
Yeah, this is a lot of press that
Yes.
Vegas has gotten, especially since they beat the Chargers.
People are
They
having
beat
them,
the Chargers.
Yeah.
People are
No, like the last year.
No, they beat the
They beat
Last
Chargers.
year.
No, they beat the Chargers.
Charges.
Shut
The
up.
allegations.
Like Cardi.
Yo, I fucking hate you guys.
Like Zach Wilson beat the ACL allegations.
He beat the cheating allegations.
No, he didn't.
Definitely
got
did
that-
He
not.
won the cheating
He
allegations.
got the dog in him.
So, what was I even talking about? I don't even. Oh, Carr. They beat the Chargers last year, and I think they had a lot of, this whole division, AFC West, is just like has a lot of press around it. Why are you staring at my-
Someday they'll find it. That
Shout
rainbow
out.
connection.
The lovers, the
Yeah,
dreamer.
yeah.
Like you brought that up. You can't
Uh,
not feel like. Don't leave me hanging.
We're losing it again.
Nick had a good point about the whole AFC West. He said they're not going to be that crazy of a division just because they have to play each other so many times. They're just going to beat up on each other.
I want to get that man on the podcast.
No, we definitely
Yeah.
will.
Maybe-
Especially with
great
the
point.
Steelers culture right now, we definitely got to get him on. Shout out Nick, great
Yeah.
guy.
Shout out Nick and Ricardo. Maybe we'll do a collab episode.
With the yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be sick. So
Yeah.
do you guys want to go into the stories? you have?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, can I start?
Yeah, well, you know what? To make it fair, let's spin a wheel.
Okay.
Well,
So we're spinning a wheel to see who
Wheel spinner.
who talks about their topic first.
and then we're going to do predictions.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, no, yes, no, yes. Oh, it looks like I
Oh
have
wait,
one.
just put our
What?
names.
I know. I don't know why you said
stupid.
that, but whatever. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Fine.
Because you're the worst. Sam is not the best though. So 2, and you're 3. You're.
You're just saying that you're mid.
This is the
It's me. Okay.
Hey!
Hey, you know what?
Spin again for the next one.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
Wait,
Yeah.
you could get the next one.
Oh, okay.
I
sure?
Yeah, I'd rather.
Okay. Well, we'll spin just in case.
That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. That's me.
The wheel agrees. Okay. So, okay. My topic of the week. Thursday night game. This is a good game.
Oh yeah.
Tonight's game.
This is 2 Super Bowl favorites. We got the Chargers, we got the Chiefs.
Hour and a half kickoff.
Yeah, I probably won't be watching. I got some stuff to do.
Bruh.
I got some stuff to do.
First you missed out on the Yankees tickets. Now you're gonna miss out.
Okay, hold on. Like they hate my grind set. Like that's all I got.
Sam and I are going to a Yankees Red Sox game next week with some of our friends, and Dan is not.
I had the grind
Had
set.
to go to his class.
I had to go to class. I don't skip. I'm that guy. I'm just that guy.
Bruh,
You're not.
I
that
feel like
guy.
there's some excuses where you can skip class.
Oh, so you're admitting
Yeah.
live on camera that you skip class?
Yeah.
I'll send it to
that's
I'll
not a
send it to our
fact.
PR teacher.
Professor Clark, I'm very sorry.
No,
that
he's
I
not.
skipped
He's
class.
not at all. That like.
I didn't have a class to skip, so. But I did.
Like,
fuck
bro,
up.
like,
no,
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 I
no,
like
no,
no
I
one
did
asked.
fuck up my ankle.
Oh, that was hilarious. Anyway.
Bro, like.
He
Anyway,
kicked some girl.
Chiefs Chargers.
That's
You can't
so
say
bad.
that.
He didn't
I
kick
did
anyone.
not.
He did not kick anyone. He fell on a girl. Wait,
No, I did not. I just tripped
Wait.
and rolled my ankle.
but you also hit a girl in the process.
And the girl was collateral
Stop.
damage.
Oh my god.
Like he got up and then punched the girl.
Oh my god.
Violence isn't funny.
This is, we're cutting this out.
Anyway, we're not.
Just cut.
No, we're not. Anyway, Chargers Chiefs. I want to go over who we think is going to win, and another thing, I want you guys to honestly think who is going to be the better quarterback this year. Because
Oh my god,
We-
this is perfect.
and I know this goes into your topic a little bit.
Yeah.
So why don't you just give us your spiel and then we can go back?
Okay, so I guess
Does
I'm
that,
going
so
first.
you go last because we don't like you.
What?
You're going
Okay,
last now because I want him
okay.
to.
So-
Oh, 'cause- okay, yeah,
I didn't realize our topics kind of
Yeah, well,
So-
we touched
So
it.
fuck you. So.
The Chiefs, I mean, they really haven't. I don't think they're going to skip a beat this year. Yes, Tyreek being gone sucks. But they gained 3 more receivers
Mhm.
in the process. Mahomes still looked amazing. That defense looks sharp. I think the rookies can really step up and do really well. I think the Chiefs can win the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
pretty handed. I think they can win the Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes is still Pat Mahomes.
You know, I never noticed that guy behind Brady kind of looks like Blake Bortles.
Isn't that Gronk?
No,
No,
that
it's
is
not.
not Gronk. Anyway, to Sam's point.
You guys are assholes. But
I
the
had-
Chiefs are gonna be good.
Yeah, we are so mean to him.
Dude, I just miss him, bro.
Oh, Brady?
Yes.
I thought you were talking about Sam.
No.
Oh my god.
Why would I miss
You
him? He's
sleep with
great.
him every night. They actually sleep in the same bed every night.
That's not true.
To Sam's point, I had an assignment for one of my classes. I had to debate who's going to miss each other more. Will Pat miss Tyreek more, or will Tyreek miss Pat more? And I unequivocally think, before the game, I thought Tyreek would miss Pat more. And not to say that Tua had a bad game. Tua had 90 yards. Tyreek had 90 yards, all thanks to Tua. So, and Tua's that system QB and a Mike McDaniel offense, so it's really not going to go that bad. Sam is doing his Be Real.
Yeah.
He was really not being real.
Yeah. Anyway, 370 yards and 5 touchdowns is an insane
Oh,
stat.
Mahomes, yeah.
Not
I
Tua.
thought you said 2. I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Dude, if Tua ever does that, yeah.
It's gonna be all slants, like 99
Yeah.
yard slants.
Oh my god. 370 yards, 5 touchdowns. He threw to 8 different targets.
Yeah.
He threw to McCole Hardman still 3 times. Sky Moore got a good grab. I think it was a screen. But he was really fast. They have so many. The thing is, Tyreek is gone, and they still have so many offensive weapons where they don't need to include Sky Moore. They don't need to. They can let him develop.
Yeah. Juju looked really good too.
Yeah.
Pacheco looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
And then you go to the other side of the ball, and you got, Justin Herbert.
Oh.
Yeah, not other side of the ball, other side of the
Yeah.
game. Justin Herbert did his thing. Nothing really crazy, but he didn't.
Yeah.
No turnovers.
He had 279 yards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm saying
it's not
touchdown.
5 touchdowns.
I'm saying it's not 375.
It's
He did his job. I think that's fair to say. That's an average performance from him. Look, man, Justin Herbert is incredible, and I think he definitely got a boost in MVP picks this year.
Yeah.
In this game specifically, no Keenan Allen, which stinks.
Well, no Keenan Allen until the second or third quarter, I think.
Oh, really? Is he gonna
Yeah.
play?
Keenan
No,
Allen.
Keenan
Are you
Allen-
talking about this game or last game?
No, this game. I'm
No,
saying
yeah,
Keenan
this game,
Allen.
no Keenan Allen.
No Keenan Allen.
Hopefully Mike Williams shows up.
Yeah, he did not last game. I don't.
DeAndre
Who did he
Carter.
even throw to? Was it Carter?
Yeah, DeAndre Carter looked really good.
Yeah, and then Eckler, had kind of a subpar game, but with Keenan out, I'm sure they're gonna use him a lot more. I actually took his over in receiving yards, and he had 36. Keenan Allen had 4 receptions for 66 yards. That's his normal thing. Then got injured. Gerald Everett.
Gerald
Oh my God, Gerald. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh,
Wait, how did you guys miss that?
Gerald.
Gerald?
Dude,
That's
what's
where's
going
my
on?
Oh,
Sounds awful. Wait, no, that's getting clipped.
I'm gonna say
Gerald?
No, this is getting clipped.
No. Your little blunder's getting.
Shut up. Gerald. Why did I agree with you?
Because you thought the
Gerald.
same. First of all, that's not even Gerald.
It's DeAndre. Yeah. I just accidentally clicked on it.
Gerald
But,
Everett's former Ram.
yeah. I would say Herbert
Seahawks.
is more than proved himself, and this game shows it. He threw to guys that we really haven't even heard of, and they crushed it. It's not like the Raiders pass defense is that great, but yeah, he did his thing. Now here's the question:
Is your phone recording?
do you want me to check?
Yeah.
Do you think it's not?
It's been 2 hours.
Yeah. I'm saying if it doesn't, we have the audio.
You can just do the audio type beat. Actually,
Yeah, we're still going.
Okay, cool.
what if we weren't? I feel like if we weren't,
I'm gonna sit back down and it's gonna stop.
I'm not gonna cap. I'm so hungry.
Okay, but we still.
We still
gotta
got.
finish this episode.
No, I know.
We can play something on Marketplace over here. Or are you guys?
Well, you still have to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll discuss.
All right. Okay.
So what's your question, Dan?
Well, I'm just gonna reset. Okay. I'm gonna get a water. You guys want anything?
Food. I'm good.
You thought I was funny?
I'm staring into your beautiful brown eyes.
Oh, so Chiefs.
But I got the deer park.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
All right. So my question after that brief intermission we just had, just to make sure we're still recording. Now I know we definitely have some opinions about this. Who do you guys think is going to be the better QB at the end of this year? Mahomes or Herbert? Not better QB, but just who's going to have a better year? Yeah, who's going to have the better season? I think you think Herbert.
Well, like, that's the thing.
It's so tough.
I mean, I have a clear...
No, I'm going to say Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Just because I have him in fantasy, and I also think he's going to do fantastic. So it's like wishful thinking somewhat. So yeah, I'm just going to stick with that, Justin Herbert.
I think Mahomes, just for the fact that I can't bet against him. I mean,
yeah,
he's Patrick Mahomes. I think him and Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, are 1A, 1B for best quarterback in the league. I mean, just look at what he did without his number one target. People, I feel like people kind of forget that they have Travis Kelce. Because everyone's like, oh, they have all the targets, but they still have Travis Kelce.
Who led the team. He led the team in receptions more than Tyreek 3 out of the 4 years that Mahomes was QB.
So, just Mahomes he's so good.
Yeah.
And so talented. I've never seen a quarterback make the plays that he does. But no disrespect to Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert, I could honestly see Mahomes winning MVP and Justin Herbert being runner-up.
Mm-hmm. You guys already know where I stand on this. And first off, shout out Justin Herbert. He's a great QB. Here's the thing, and I think both of these guys can do really well, and we've kind of seen it from or at least this one. We have one game to go off this year, but good QBs make their targets good, and although the Chiefs have the best tight end in the league, and the Chargers have one of the most dynamic running backs in the league, they both had great game ones. My only thing is the Chiefs had they have Travis Kelce, and they had every reason. The Cardinals had every reason to double cover Travis Kelce. This is the guy that's been getting the majority of the targets, and the thing is, Kelce is really good, and he just sets himself up. But there are like 8 other targets that Mahomes threw to that he just makes them good. And a lot of the narrative going into the season was that in the pocket, Mahomes is not that great. I got a chance to watch all of his throws from the weekend, and his in-pocket throws were great. He really was designed. I feel like when he gets out of the pocket, that's when he tends to bomb it downfield. But 5 passing touchdowns, and I think 3 of 5 were in the pocket. He really was great. I think he had a shovel pass to Hilaire. That was, he's crafty, he's dynamic. I think he's the most dynamic QB in the league. And he's just that guy. And I think just because of his experience, I think he's going to have a better year. But
yeah. I mean, just going off your point with that, I mean, with Mahomes, it's like, oh, Travis Kelce's double covered. Oh, here's 2 touchdowns, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Clyde's guarded. Oh, here's a touchdown to Mecole Hardman. That was
Here's a post slant to Juju.
I mean, okay, I personally have always been a Juju fan. I mean, even when he's so cringy though sometimes, but I've always really liked Juju. everyone forgot about Juju, but I just think people forgot that Juju played with Ben Roethlisberger. I think he's gonna be really good this year, simply because he has Mahomes, and Mahomes is number one wideout now.
Yeah.
This Chiefs team is still really scary, and with an improved defense. I mean, I know rookies, like, still gotta see, but I think they've definitely got an improved defense.
Okay, so I think we both know where we stand on that. Luke, do you have any rebuttal?
Nope.
So
No rebuttal.
Well, like in my mind, I'm like Patrick Mahomes. Like, I can't bet against him, right? Like as you said, but Justin Herbert still has the upside to be, really good, if not better. So there's really
That's true.
It's a really fragile argument
Mm-hmm.
We
because
could easily be wrong.
you can talk about how good the quarterback is. You can talk about how good Patty is, and then turn around and talk about how good Herbert is. So it's kind of I don't know. And it's the same thing with really any of those elite quarterbacks. Who's gonna have a better season, Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like you can talk about how good Mahomes is, but how good Herbert will be.
And they each have their pros and cons. I think Herbert has just raw arm talent, very similar but I would say better raw arm talent than Josh Allen. Josh Allen is just
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean raw arm talent than Josh Allen?
He can bomb it.
Josh Allen has the best arm.
Yes, but also Herbert's more accurate.
Are you talking just purely arm strength or accuracy?
Both.
Okay,
Would you
both,
say Herbert has
both
better
both.
vision?
If you're putting both
That's
of them,
an
I'd
argument.
say Mahomes has the best.
But that's what I'm saying.
With
That's
those,
why I'm.
but-
Ooh. But I'm saying that I think Mahomes can also scramble out of pocket. I think in the pocket passer, I think Herbert is just
definitely.
pure QB. But Mahomes is just the most dynamic, which means he can scramble out of pocket, and he does these things that we've seen. The only other person that does this in the league is Kyler, and sometimes Lamar. But it's really who perfects the weird sidearm throws and just bombing it downfield.
Yeah.
Not Tyreek anymore, but it's Mahomes. So I think both these guys, it really is just depends on who's around them, and it could go either way.
Yeah.
So that's my topic.
Yeah, this whole debate is either or.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So we got our last topic, and that's Luke.
Yeah. Cool. So this one is not going to be as long as a conversation as the last two were, but I just want to talk about that Bears game. Conditions were almost unplayable, really.
100%.
It was hard for either receiver room to, even running
Offense.
backs, for the offense to really thrive. I wish I had watched a little more of this game just to see how stuff happened, but there wasn't really a lot of highlight plays.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing that comes
Sure.
to mind is that one Justin Fields pass, which was really
Dan
good.
invalidated.
Yeah, but whatever.
So, that was not.
Yeah.
And it was just the battle of the mid, really,
It was.
just due to the conditions. Trey Lance, I mean, Justin Fields had a better game than Trey Lance, but that's really not saying much. And then
I'd say it
For
matters.
what Justin Fields had to work with,
Right.
with the
Yeah.
conditions, I think he had a
I'd
good
say
game.
This takeaway I just found. He outplayed him when it mattered most.
And
Yeah, yeah.
when when the game showed on Red Zone, you could barely see anything because
Yeah.
you saw the camera. It was so obscured by that the heavy rainfall and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I mean, the one fantastic thing that came out of that was that picture
Yeah.
of the Bears,
That was
and
awesome.
it's so sick.
yeah.
I think here's my issue with that game. It's known that the Bears have pretty crappy management. They're not just their organization. It's gone under a few culture shocks. Obviously, Matt Nagy and their coaching has been bad, but also their ownership hasn't really changed at all. And Soldier Field is not great. It's not a great stadium. It's a historical stadium, but it's not great. And especially with Chicago weather, it really is. It's unsafe. And I know it doesn't rain much in Chicago. They're not famous for the rain, but those
for their
conditions shouldn't have been played in.
The field is also still awful.
Yeah.
without those conditions.
And, like, yeah, football is a sport you can play in the rain. But the thing is, like, that field was a swamp. It reminded me of my high school football field, which was nicknamed the Swamp. We literally had a sign above the
Was
field.
it dirt? Like a dirt?
It was grass dirt. Yeah, dirt grass. Which is, I think, what the Bears field is. It's
Bears,
not.
no, the Bears. I think the Bears. They
Is it
play on
turf?
turf.
It's just like even if it was
My high school was
turf or whatever, like the field was. Actually, let's look it up.
And before anyone just calls off the Justin
Grass.
Fields or Trey Lance hype, try being a second-year quarterback playing a football game on a slip and slide.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not a great debut. It's grass.
It's
Oh,
dangerous.
it is grass. Okay.
Yeah, issues beyond grass.
Yeah.
And like the stadium is not built for that much rain. The fans are miserable.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like it's dangerous.
That one video of the guy with the popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that was
the
fun.
bucket keeps filling up
Yeah.
with water, and he's just like pours it out. Like
Yeah.
that sucked.
Yeah,
I mean, that really
that
sucked.
would suck.
Chicago is, I think, getting a new stadium though. Like they're
Yeah,
and
they
with a dome.
they need it immediately. They need a dome.
Yeah.
They need it immediately,
Try.
especially with the snow. I mean, snow is like a whole nother story, but
Yeah.
this stadium is obviously just not equipped.
I don't know if you guys ever saw, but like 10 years ago, like Viking Stadium, where it just collapsed.
Yeah.
With the dome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they got a new stadium since. So
Yeah.
and we know all about NFL stadiums, and so
Yes.
I'm sure the Bears owners will be fine with making the city of Chicago pay for that.
Or the Chicago government, the
But-
Illinois government pay for
I
that.
think they're moving to Arlington Heights.
Oh really?
Oh.
So.
Oh yeah, filtering out rain would never be a problem at the Bears playing stadium in Arlington Heights because they plan to make it an enclosed stadium to block out poor weather.
That would have been good this year because that would have meant Darnell Mooney would have gotten more targets in week 1.
Yeah,
Right.
and again, just a bad debut for Trey Lance.
Yeah.
I think it's like 5-10 years in the
It's
making.
probably pretty discouraging, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Probably, but.
I mean, who do they play?
But, dude, I saw that the 49ers game
They play the Broncos.
is projected to also be in bad conditions.
Oh my
The
god,
weather's not supposed to be good.
and they don't have a dome because it's San Francisco. I think that's pretty much all we got for our topics. I think the takeaway from that is you got to give Trey Lance another. I mean, you got to give him some more games.
Yeah.
Fields, good for you for giving this
Playing
god awful
the
roster
mid-off.
a good team. Yeah, it was mid off, but I hope that gives them confidence. And
They don't have a god awful roster.
no, okay,
They don't have a very
they
good
don't have a
one.
very good roster.
They don't have a good offense.
Just wait until N'Keal Harry comes in.
Yeah.
Did he play at all?
He's
He's out.
not playing till week 5.
He got hurt.
Oh.
He
Oh, I feel so bad.
he broke his ankle, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Before we get into predictions for next week, I just want to go over a potential parlay that
Oh yeah.
some of you can take if you're old enough to bet.
And this is all like we're not actually placing the bet. It's all.
Yeah.
just, like,
We're using Monopoly money.
Yeah, it's Monopoly.
It is.
No, but like seriously,
I
like,
already
Yeah,
do not
don't.
like it.
we love we love making.
This guy.
Okay, Devin Duvernay,
I don't like that. And
Wait, what is it?
I'll take the under.
26.5. I'm going over.
Yards?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yards. Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
fantasy
No,
score.
it's yards.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a given. He got caught. I think he had 5 receptions and 2 of them were touchdowns. And they're playing Miami.
Yeah.
And like I think Duvernay looked good, and he might have a bad second game, but I expect him to have over 26.5 yards.
Lamar also cooks Miami.
My next one, Baker Mayfield, over under 1 interception.
Yes, need that for the Saints defense.
Oh,
Well, they're
Need
playing the
that.
Giants.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
Oh, this is week. I'm looking at week 3. I'm an idiot.
yeah. I think.
When did he throw the interception too?
What did you say?
When did he throw the interception?
Oh, I don't
too?
know who's on the Giants defense, but
McKinney maybe.
yeah, but
I forgot to say Tibbs is playing.
okay, maybe you throw it to Tibbs somehow.
Yes, sir.
I think Baker is out. I don't think he had an interception last week,
Yeah.
so I
No,
just
I think he did.
maybe
I think he
one.
did.
I
I think he'll have one.
yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
Baker Mayfield and he's
It's just I'm not going to credit the Giants defense. They did play well.
Shut up. Like
They played well.
No respect. No,
Okay.
the Giants defense actually was pretty bad in the end.
Didn't you just say they played well?
I thought
Yeah,
they did.
he had an interception. No. The Giants defense played well. I'm just talking specifically that last minute. With
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
no, they-
penalties.
yeah.
It was
Deebo
very
Samuel,
sloppy.
anytime touchdown. I think he didn't have a touchdown last week. He with Elijah Mitchell out, they're gonna probably have them all over the field. They're not playing in a swamp. They're playing at Seattle, who has bad defense in general, even though their defense is doing very well. However, Jamal Adams, who would be guarding him, is out for the rest of the season.
49ers?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
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 Jamal Adams out for the rest of the season.
Yes, I think that's.
I think
really
this is
good.
a really good take. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
I
like
think
that.
so.
The,
I
the
think that-
stars are aligning there.
Robbie Anderson.
Yeah.
I think you're playing against the Giants again. I think he's going to be looking for his guy downfield. Robbie Anderson had 3 receptions, or he had 5 receptions.
That's honestly one I would not take.
Really? Okay.
I think DJ Moore is definitely going to get a lot more.
Oh, I totally agree. If we look at the over/under for DJ Moore, it's 5. Ooh,
Didn't
that's not bad.
I didn't really watch last week's game.
He didn't really have a good game.
Denzel Ward probably was on him.
What is his?
Galladay, don't take any bets.
Okay, so all of these games are last year.
Yeah.
He had 3 receptions this game. What do we think? Do you think it's against the Giants?
It's a gamble.
Yeah, well, that's essentially what it is.
Actually, I kind of like that Jacoby Myers.
What is it?
4.
No, I don't.
I always have a problem with taking Pats receivers. It's just like they mix it up. They mix it up every week.
DeAndre Carter 3 I would take because
Over 3.
he's gonna be wide receiver 2 tonight.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, and then just looking at the rest of the obviously we're not actually betting. We're just kind of looking around. And then the last one I had was DeAndre Swift. Playing the Commanders. Oh wait, actually, now I'm thinking about it, Jaguars actually were kind of held on rushing yards.
Yeah.
So I'm maybe not as confident in that one. It is DeAndre Swift though, and he looked great.
Yeah.
That's my only thing. But I think these first 3,
I would
Duvernay,
take it.
Mayfield, and Samuel, I think these 3 are locks.
I would take it.
I think the Debo one is probably the best pick of the week.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go into. We'll do rapid fire week 2.
Yeah.
Picks
Pigskin
for
pick 'em.
yeah. Pigskin pick 'em. Sam, just read us off, and we'll give you our takes.
Chiefs Chargers. I picked Chiefs.
I'm gonna go Chiefs as well.
Chargers.
Oh, should we write this down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's write this down. Sam.
No, I cheat. I take it back.
So
I'm going
there's-
Chiefs.
Wow. So all 3 of us are going
We
Chiefs.
could actually do. Dad, I can make it easier. Just create a table on here and
Yeah. Yeah.
if you want.
Well, he could do it on here too.
Well,
Whichever you want
wait, hold on.
Chiefs.
Hold on.
to do. Chefs. The chefs.
I'll do it on sheets.
Okay. Yeah. Weird.
We can cut this part out. Let's just get
Do,
this.
do, do.
No, we bring in the raw content.
Dan, Sam,
Jets.
Luck. Shut up, Luck.
week
You sound like my
2
cousin.
picks. All right. Anyway, so we are picking, I think, Chiefs across the
Chiefs.
board.
Yup.
All right. That's.
Oh, that probably is a
I
Chargers
hate to
gonna
do
win.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just like.
Can you
gonna,
please make a
Dude,
Chargers
you
win?
don't know how to spell. You're a fucking idiot.
No, it's an expansion team.
Just don't bring it.
Dam's putting the E before the I.
I before E, except after C.
You couldn't have just known how to spell G.
Okay, next pick. What's that team?
Browns Jets. I
Browns.
picked
Browns
Browns.
across the board. Borns. I just said Borns.
What?
Huh?
I accidentally
I
said.
got murder on my mind. Sorry.
All right, next game.
Lions Commanders.
Ooh.
I have Lions.
I don't know.
Danny.
Lions.
I'm gonna go against the grain. Commanders.
Because of their offensive output last time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Commanders. I
Really
think.
had a nice output.
Thanks. I just think the Lions are gonna have a regression game. So.
Saints Bucks.
Ooh. Bucks had a lot of injuries.
I'm riding the Saints train.
Saints. Dan, just think about it. Saints Bucks regular season. The last
This
2
is
years.
really tough.
I think the Saints are 4-0.
I'm going Bucks.
You would.
All right, you are.
All right.
Oh, another point I wanted to bring up just about the Chiefs-Chargers game is Mahomes, I think, is undefeated in September.
Wow.
So I think
No,
he's
he
going
is
to keep up that
defeated.
streak.
Oh no.
The reason I'm picking Bucks, I know they had a lot of injuries. Brady's gonna have a better game. That's my take.
Giants, Panthers.
Oh
I hate
fuck! I hate this game.
so
I hate
much.
this game.
I really hate this
I really
one.
don't. It's tough. It's a tough
This is
match.
the
This is
toughest
this is
one, man.
easily.
Giants.
What's the spread? Oh, it's 2.5. It's plus 2.5.
You know, I'm going to go Panthers because I picked the Titans last week, and I feel like if I pick against the Giants, they'll win.
The Giants are favored though.
Yeah, by 2.5.
No, they're not. They're not favored on here.
They're favored on Google.
Well, they're picked more.
52-48.
They're picked more, but they're favored more on
Okay.
the line.
I'm going to pick Panthers.
I'm gonna go Panthers as well.
going Giants.
Wow.
Am I a traitor? I don't know.
Yes.
But I did it last week, and they won, so I don't care.
Giants. Wait, no, you're going Panthers.
Panthers.
I'm gonna tell you know who.
Wait. Oh my God. Giants. Hey, no, we don't have to. Anyway, next pick.
You're doing too much. Steelers, Patriots.
Patriots.
Steelers.
Yeah, my reasoning for this is I think Mac will do much better. I think their offense will have some production.
And no
Um,
TJ Watt, I guess.
Yeah. And no TJ Watt. That's actually.
But they still have the best safety in football.
Whatever.
Minka. Colts,
Colts.
Jags.
Colts. Bro.
Come on. He's not. He's actually thinking about this. Dude, it's the Jags.
I'll take Colts, but the Jags can fuck around and win.
I feel like that could be a. I mean, I think the Colts will win. Whatever.
Dolphins, Ravens. I have Ravens.
Ravens. Oh, you don't want to get in trouble with Marley.
The Pope.
Oh man.
You really want to be in trouble with the Pope?
Yeah, I don't know if you want that.
I'm just thinking.
Oh, that's
No, I'm
not-
gonna go
that's
to
not
Ravens.
bad.
Ravens across the board. Anyway, next pick.
Rams, Falcons, Rams.
Rams.
Falcons.
But, okay.
Wow.
that's,
Okay, that's crazy. What's your reasoning?
I have a friend who's a
Just
Falcons
Just
fan.
got into football.
That's
his
Fuck
reasoning.
you. I don't know.
He
I
likes
like.
the colors.
I like going to.
Oh my god.
I like going against the grain. I think I gotta throw one like controversial pick out there, so why not?
Alright, 49ers,
next.
Seahawks.
Niners.
You.
Seahawks.
I did not say miners,
49ers.
you idiot.
Wait, not Niners. So Niners across the board.
Yeah.
All right. And next,
Cowboys, Bengals.
oh, this is a mid game. Well,
Bengals.
it's got to be the Bengals, right? I guess the Bengals. You can't discredit the Bengals.
Yeah. Trayvon Diggs is gonna be out for blood for Burrow. So many
Texans,
interceptions.
Broncos?
Broncos.
Broncos.
I think it'll be closer
Broncos.
than
I think it'll
they
be.
like.
I lagged a little bit there.
I think they'll win by a touchdown. I think they'll win by. Actually, I think they'll win by 2 scores.
Cardinals, Raiders.
Ooh,
I'm picking Cardinals.
I'm going Raiders.
Raiders.
I think.
Why did I pick Cardinals?
I think I would go.
I don't know
You don't
why.
have to
I don't
pick.
know why.
Are you sticking with it? My reasoning is that the Raiders play the Chargers, who have a slightly better defense than the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. Cardinals.
All right, whatever. I
Packers, Bears. I think Packers.
Bears.
you can't be serious.
Let Justin Fields cook. Bears.
Against Jair.
What did he just say?
Jair
Alexander.
Oh, Jay.
Boy, you are just.
Dude,
No, they
You're
said.
showing
he's just
yourself.
trying.
No, he said-
Dude, he's so like disinterested right now. He's just.
First of all, I'm texting your girlfriend. Second of
Stop
all,
it!
Hey,
yo!
What? You.
Just.
Because he voted against the Giants?
Gee,
Oh, I do that shit every week.
Anyway, I'm saying the Bears.
I was thinking the Bears.
No. He's canceled for this episode.
Anyway, we're not talking. You don't.
You
You
chose
know,
the Falcons over the
you
Rams.
don't get
like-
explanation. Anyway, continue.
Titans, Bills. I think Bills.
Bills.
I mean,
What's the picks?
97% Bills.
I just don't see that changing.
Yeah. Vikings, Eagles.
Ooh, this is a good game.
I'm personally choosing
Eagles.
I'm choosing Vikings.
Eagles.
Wow.
I'm picking Vikings because the Eagles' defense looked really bad last week. The Vikings defense.
I'm switching
did
to
look
switching
good.
to Vikings. You convinced me. I think JJ. I think JJ will.
I
run
think
all
it'll
over
be an
them.
incredible game.
Yeah, it'll be a good game.
But I'm
Go
choosing
right
Vikings.
foot, creep, ooh, go right
You guys excited for this week?
Yeah, I think that this week has. What was I even trying to say?
I look forward to winning every single pick that I said.
I think this week has some more clear-cut victories, but I think there are some good matchups. I think. What's your game of the week? I think my game of the week might be this Thursday night game, but
Yeah.
I honestly, what else do we got? I think the Vikings Eagles will be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think a lot of these are really clear-cut.
Yeah, my game of the week, just because Dan chose
Bucks
Chiefs
Saints.
Chargers, I'm gonna say Vikings Eagles.
Yeah.
Bucks Saints could also be really really
Yeah,
good.
that's a really good game. You got a game of the week?
Yeah, but I'm looking.
So
Dude,
you
you're
don't
so
have
stupid.
one.
Yeah, but I'm looking.
Cardinals, Raiders. No.
Dude,
You know what? Fuck
pick
it.
your games and we can
Falcons,
leave.
Rams. I
Your
wanna
game
see-
of the week?
Roll Falcons. I want to see them win.
Dude, why do we let him talk about
Oh my
football?
God.
Shut the. I'm done. I'm out of here.
Because 2K came out.
All right, this is just stay in for the outro.
No, we got it. Outro.
What are you doing?
You have a chair.
All right, this is Tri Takes. That was our football episode. We're gonna try to mix in the other sports. Obviously, we got
Yeah.
MLB playoffs coming up, which is really excited about.
Stinko.
We will talk
What a
about.
game.
Fuck baseball.
Dude,
No, we
shut
will.
up.
We
You
will talk.
like baseball.
We will talk about the playoff race and the wild card race because things are heating up. I haven't really been following that much. I don't know if the Orioles are still in contention.
No, they're not.
They're not. Okay.
The Red Sox are.
I would say for
Die.
baseball, the Mets have a half-game lead right now, which is getting scary.
They've been losing?
They got swept by the Cubs. That was really
Cubs?
yeah. They got
That
swept by the
sucks.
Cubs.
Yeah.
They have a half-game lead. That division now could go either way just because of how the Mets have been playing. I think the AL wild card shaping up to be Jays, Rays, Mariners. It looks like there's going to be no surprises there. White Sox are looking to take the division from the Guardians. It's really close. I think it's 2 games. The Guardians.
Yeah.
This is just the most mid division of all
Well,
time.
that's why they're central.
Yeah, and I don't even know where the Twins are. I just don't
Yeah,
like.
They're called. I don't know. Do you know who Yearning Tree is?
The Twins are 4.5 games back. The White Sox are 3 games back. So it could go out anyway.
Do you know who Yearning Tree is?
No.
So he does like all these sports videos. He does
Oh my god.
all sports. He calls it Twins the Tees. Just get rid of the win.
Yeah. Anyway, that's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
I didn't get that at first. And then at the NL side, Dodgers obviously, and then Cardinals, Brewers are trying to make a push.
Dodgers already clinched, right?
Dodgers
Yeah.
clinched. So we got a lot of baseball stuff coming up.
Dodgers might make the playoffs.
But anyways, that's it from us. I'm Dan. I got Sam and Luke right here.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
I hope I get all the picks right.
Me too.
You won't.
We
You
might
won't.
look like a fool. I get it.
Let's ride.
Giants country.
Hey, mama.
I'm so hungry.
Me too,
Same.
bro. Yo, the Mets should